I like to collect rocks. Oh golly, I couldn't imagine what the price is on that one. Oh, I just need to go down here and ground. Absolutely incredible. Everyone loves a good berm. The boys would love this. Holy moly, that's a moose. Another glorious morning. Sun is coming through the clouds, picking that up right there. Beautiful. This is a really nice little spot of grass here as well for the dogs to go pee. There we go in the daytime. There's the colored gondolas, the red and yellow ones. They go in sets of 3, and then the ones up here are green and blue again. Switching it up this morning to our evening hike we did. Let me lower you down. The first night, there we go, right there. There's a better shot for you here. So you could still sidewind up over here as well, underneath the lift, and then go where you need to go up this direction. I think the mall is up over here. Those properties are absolutely stunning. Haven. Again, what did I say? There was 13 or 11 properties, but this one on the corner right there, or this one in the middle is my personal favorite right there. So you have a little bit of privacy with the aspen trees, and then the big one up on the corner right there, that's a beauty as well. Right here next to the trailhead, I'm just kind of powering up this right here, but looking good, feeling good. Now, if you do want to purchase property, it's still going to be very expensive, but staying or buying a place in one of these places, the ski and ski out if you want to be really close. Shadowbrook Stone Bridge right here. Those ones look like they're smaller units, maybe 2 bedrooms right there. And whoop, time to pick up that. Sun is coming out. It's absolutely glorious. I should actually be grounding right now. Alrighty, so it was kind of funny. I walked by the real estate office just a few minutes ago, and I saw a bunch of people, it looked like a bunch of locals, standing out front, and I was like, huh, I thought they were there for an auction, and turns out, no, they're gonna load them up in a van and drive up somewhere and go work for the day. Coming on in. Now, let's see, here's that one restaurant, Veja, and then View Line is the white condominiums, and then another, again, the big, beautiful grass over here. Go do a little wander about today. Maybe wander through the neighborhood maybe this time. Alrighty, I think this is the mall area. Mandatory leash. Now we're below View Line Resort, Snowmass. So, oh yeah, might be a hotel. Let's see here, Ranger Station, closed for the season. New Belgium Ranger Station. Then here's the Veja. Let's see here. Let's see what Veja has to offer. Let's see, Aspen Snowmass, guest services. Let's see what we got here. Veja, sorry. Sometimes that gimbal gets a little weird. Starters, get out of there, baby. Starters, guacamole, 18. Shrimp ceviche, 22. Enchiladas, 22, 24, 26. Iron skillet fajitas, chicken 30, steak 32, shrimp 30, mixed 34. Tacos, 23. El Pastor, 23, 25. Baja, 24. So not too bad, not too bad. Not too badly priced. Hopefully they're larger portions. All right, looks like some bins right there. What is that, the rental bin? Rental product only. Doesn't say free on it like the other shop did. Some skis for sale, looks like, right there. One ski. So this, I think, is the mall, yeah. 4 Sports Mountain right here. Doesn't look like anything is open. Let's see, yeah, so we got, yeah, there's a dog in there. There's Ski Cafe, Prime Image. So yeah, this is like the mall in memory of our good friend Dan Koss. I thought that said God bless, but, and Christie Sports. Of course, there's Christie Sports everywhere you go. Was it Christie Sports in France? Snack food. So you got buy 3 empanadas, get 1 soda, $17. Little empanada. Let's see what else is around here. Aspen is popping really good. You got Sotheby's, another Sotheby's. That looks like it might be open, of course. Sales reservations. Christie Sports. Oh, baby. And yeah, so this is all your like shops here. Doesn't look like much is open, to be honest with you. We got some areas up front. There's your snowboard shop. Little steeple, almost reminds me of a church. And yeah, keeps going this way here. Got some condos up there as well. And then it rolls this direction here, more shops. Places to grab a coffee, a little morning food. Not too much is open here, but some folks out and about. Yeah, so this is your little mall area. Quite a few people having like breakfast burritos or something like that. Must be one of these places to get it. There we go, right there on the corner with smoothies, breakfast, lunch, and espressos right there. Got your parking lot. Come on, let's go this way, baby. This is what they named it right here, Snowmass Mall right here. And then looks like maybe just the condos up there. The rental bikes and the bus is over yonder here. That's cool that they do the rental bikes. I dig that. Looks like plenty of parking up above right over here. And just a few people just kind of enjoying their breakfast burritos and coffees. And then taking it and wandering around the mall there and just having a little seat, enjoying that good action right there. So, fellow Shred Betty, mountain biker right there. I don't know what happens this direction. I think this just might be the regular street. I don't know if I feel like going to the regular street or not, even though that is gorgeous down that way, but I think we're gonna skip out on that one. Let's see if we can get back to the trailhead, maybe popping out this way. So let's go back up this way here. All right, this is the view line. I'm not sure if this is parking $38 overnight valet hotel arrivals right here. Pretty sure we can maybe get out the back. Let's go ahead and cruise over this way, valet. You got a VW electric bus right there. Oh, view line. I think I saw this. They were cruising for a far distance, I think. But anyway, not sure how much this place is. Looks nice. Looks a little bit dated, you know, like the building, but looks like they had a big facelift. This way, baby. But nice nonetheless. Event center, yeah, here we go. And then this dumps right out. And you're paying for the location, you know, because you're right here with definitely ski in, ski out. Come on, baby. And this will lead you out to a little fire pit area here. I think the maybe jacuzzi cabanas down below there. But anyway, very spacious entryway drive, that's for sure. Nice little area right here to relax. Looks like an old sauna, something or other there. Yeah, a lot of fire pits down there, but they've taken away the chairs. A lot of outdoor dining area right here. And then their pool and jacuzzi and everything is over to my right. But let's maybe go over to this little trail over here. Since I already saw the mall, there's really kind of not much to do there besides grab some food right now, but if there was, you could shop in there. Let's go over here and check out this single track. Go trek up it a little bit. Now this trail, or this road, goes way up there. Look at the sun hitting the trees right there as it's coming through the cloud a little bit there. But let's see what this one is. Okay, this is Vine, something or other. You can bike this one. We'll just go up a little bit. We are, let's see, at about a little less than 30. So we got some more time to go. It is nice wandering around like I keep mentioning, and especially where it's flat because yesterday's hike, I was like, yeah, I'm breathing a little bit. Trekking up that thing. It's a little bit more mellower, but it's interesting how the body gets used to it. You just need your sleep. You can't be, oh, there's a beautiful home. Can't even see it. It's tucked right there in the aspens. Absolutely stunning color. Look at that glorious house. Right there is Bria. Definitely can't have her off leash though. Come on. Way too many sniffs and smells. She'll dart up into the woods somewhere, especially if she sees a deer. So you got to be a little careful. Look at the coloring though. So you still have patches. Currently October 1st. Let's go. Fourth quarter, baby. Fourth quarter. What does fourth quarter mean? Fourth quarter means typically in the years past, at least I think it was last year, but typically in fourth quarter, if you're a YouTuber or an affiliate marketer, typically fourth quarter is your best quarter because people are shopping for Christmas. Companies are spending their budget. I think it's been diversified a little bit. I'm going to be honest with you. It hasn't been as poppy as it has in the past years, but that's the power of prayer, baby. So power of prayer. Thank you, Lord. So as you can see here, October 1st, you got yellow and green. So mixture. But then I'm looking at a tree line up there behind those homes, and that's already gone. So it could get scattered like that. That's why I'm super pumped. Now in the years past, like I keep mentioning, I've been in Avon during the ghost town times, which is pretty much right now, pretty much everywhere. And like October 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, beautiful homes. That's what you remind me of, like Aspen, stone, big windows, ski in, ski out. Let's go wander over here. Village Bound is the trail name. But it's nice. You get the evergreens. What mountain was I riding where there wasn't many aspen trees? Is that Breckenridge? That doesn't have many aspen trees? I forget. But it's one of those. Oh, Village Bound. I guess we're just kind of, I thought we were going through the trees. But we're sneaking our way up here. Let's try to get in that grove. That's a beautiful little grove right there. So more homes over here kind of in the middle. Ski in, ski out. They got a little snow globe. Yeah, we're up here really nice. This is gorgeous to explore this area. And let me see here. Oops. That's a pretty rock. I like to grab some rocks. That's a real pretty rock. I like to collect rocks. We'll go up here a little bit more. I think this just winds around a little bit. Oh, goodness gracious. Yeah, we got to get a shot of this house. This is like some McMansion, but it's so hidden behind these evergreens. It's like your typical cabin with this big deck that literally goes ski in, ski out. These dark windows, shades drawn, stone, and like the two-tier, the big like flat roof, deck up on top of the roof, major windows. Oh man, that's what typically you see in the Sotheby's magazine. Yeah, so definitely nobody's there. All the furniture on the deck is all wrapped up, meaning covers on everything. All the windows have shades drawn, but it's an absolutely incredible. Their deck is huge. Oh, they have a ton of furniture out there, and their own private deck going into their house. Literally ski in, ski out. So you ride down here, you pull over, unstrap, and then yeah, they have a jacuzzi right there as well. Kind of hard to see. Absolutely incredible. Okay, we're gonna jump over to their trail. Oh, I'd love to film that house. Barbecue, huge patio. Oh golly, I couldn't imagine what the price is on that one. Oh, okay. Uphill route, cross-country skiing. This is the uphill route we're on right now. See, again, I like exploring, you know, instead of doing the same thing every day. I was doing, you know, so like this one is a different style, but they have their own deck. I'm literally hearing a stream. Okay, there's that house. Kind of hard to see. Solar panels on the top, metal roof. Such a gorgeous deck. Reminds me, look at these leaves. Absolutely stunning leaves. Reminds me of France, man, at Seven Summits Chalet, but I think that one's even more grand than Seven Summits. I want to go back to La Zouche and purchase Seven Summit Chalet. I wonder how the mountain biking is. Look at this. Look at this fire of color. I can't even, I mean, there's houses back there. I can't even see them. Their own personal walking paths. Private property, no trespassing. But let's at least, oh my goodness gracious. Let's take Bria. Can't go past the bridge, but let me go at least to the bridge, because it does say private property. But I want to look at this. So they're doing construction, but look at this stream right here. This is their backyard. So the deck one is literally right there, and then you have another neighbor literally right here on the stream with grass and trees. Here's their yard of this house. I can't even see on camera. And then this beautiful, beautiful, there is some sort of like piping right here. That might just be from spring water fed all the way up. That is unbelievably peaceful. Oh, I just need to go down here and ground. Look at this stream right in their backyard. Just cruising right through, meets up with this, and then goes right back down. Lightly beautiful leaves just sitting here that have trickled down right here on the ledge. That is absolutely incredible. All right, I think we're just gonna, there's like a little small ski shack, a little bungalow little thing up here. I think we'll just go to the top of that and maybe even cut over. See if I can cut over. I think that's what the guy was talking about. He said, take that trail. Oh my goodness. Look at the fire in those trees. I just wish this, it looks a little too dark on camera, a little bit like washed out. Let me get out my other camera. Now it might totally look different post-editing, but it does look a little washed out sometimes. The only problem with the DJI Osmo Pocket 3. Now, with that said, those colors look nice, but it's almost like when I go towards the sun, it might darken up like right there, but we'll figure that out in post. Ah, another section, absolutely incredible. See, that's behind us, already thinning out. Look, another square McMansion, modern build. Yeah, I don't know if this is gonna take me around the bend or not, but I want to go on back of the hill would be the other lift. Here's that little building I was telling you about. But this, there we go, that fire right there. Look at that. Look at that. Loving the contrast. All right, we'll push a little further because we're going to be sitting for a little bit editing today. If I'm only gone a few days, typically I don't do anything. I don't have to do anything, but I want to do something. And that's what working, man, doing something you enjoy, because little trail that goes right up in there. So you can get pretty high. Praise the Lord, I have my mountain bike. Don't think I'm gonna go up that hill. That looks pretty steep, but if you wanted to hike more, up that way, but I'm looking for my devotion time. Let's see, we are already at 45 minutes for my walking. So it's gonna be a little over an hour by the time I get back. Yeah, I don't know what's over there, but I won't be climbing that hill today. We won't be tackling that one. So Rim Trail, another local, saw him over at the little grass area. Another local said Rim Trail is over there on that side, and it can dump all the way down to the rodeo area where Avon Recreational Center is. So that's an option. That's what Troy, my reservation specialist, told me. He said, check out that trail. But regardless, either it's going to be today, I'm just going to take the fire road up again, zigzag, pretty much do the exact same mountain bike trail I did yesterday. That was so incredibly fun with that jump section. I mean, you earn it with that pump up, but then it is absolutely incredible. So anyway, regarding going back to work, so doing something that you really love, right? And yeah, there are times where, work is work, but to sit, number one, have my morning devotions, and then I go into my work. So I'm going to go back. We're going to read the word, look at the beautiful mountains, look at the colors. See, if she was off leash right now, she would dart down that ravine chasing after birds. So she's that's why I'm very glad that I'm fenced in back home. Come on, baby. Good girl. And then do some editing. I need to send off a few emails. I'm going to email, Limelight got back to me with their social media, a person in their social media department. So I am going to ask. The worst they're going to say is no, but most likely, to be honest with you, they're going to do something. So that's what's nice about asking, right? Just asking. And so too many people are scared to ask. And this is regarding life in general, right? So if you have any issue with customer service, and if your cable bill's too high, your cell phone bill's too high, ask. Most of the time, sometimes you will get a no, or you will get a customer service rep that says yes. And then sometimes you have to actually push for the manager, and you want to be a very nice person, right? So what they want to do is they don't want to tarnish their scorecard, so to speak, right? So for instance, I need to do this with AAA. AAA, this was 2 years ago, had 2024, brother and his wife used their Sprinter van for a long tow, and they used my AAA, which, I let them do that. So AAA gets back to me, and they wanted to raise my rate by oh, goodness gracious, we're talking $40 or $50 for the year. And you're like, Chris, that's not that bad, but that's nickel and diamond, right? That you use AAA for tows, but that was their thing. They wanted to up my charge for my membership the following year just because of a tow. They wanted to recoup some of their money, and I was like, that's not fair. That's included with the membership. Why have a membership if you're going to get towed and then your membership's going to go up? And they wanted to do that for 2 years, and then it would the third year drop down. So they wanted to try to get some of their money back. And the first year, the lady was like, yeah, I'll put you back to the normal rate. And then I talked to a woman recently after I got my renewal, and she's like, no, nothing we can do, kind of snippy at me, right? And you just very politely say, okay, thank you, or can I speak to your manager, please? And you realize you're not going to get anywhere with those customer service reps. It's just they're having a bad day. And I've had plenty of times where I've chatted with people about that, and I used to work customer service, so I know exactly all about, there were days I was valeting where, I was a little pissy and I took it out on a few people, and that was when I was not walking with the Lord. I'm very apologetic about that one, but it was a stressful day, and there was a lot of Christmas shopping, and these people were taking the valet spots, and I got kind of snippy at them. And anyway, but so what I'm getting at is ask. And then what I'm getting at is if you don't get the answer you're looking for, very politely try to bark up the right tree. And if you bark up the right tree, sometimes it will come back and be absolutely beneficial. I've actually, totally honest with you, I've actually researched CEOs of companies, and I've found their email, and I have emailed them about certain things to do with AT&T cell phone service. And to be honest with you, what do you know? It was taken care of. Of course, they didn't talk to me. They didn't get back to me, but they had their assistant very quickly get back to me. They probably forwarded this and said, take care of this ASAP. It was crazy. One time I emailed the CEO, I think of AT&T, told him the situation and said, as a loyal customer, this is just not right. Within 4 hours, I had 2 different people get a hold of me about that. And one, I think, was his personal assistant. And I think, but before that was another person who actually handled the whole thing. That house is absolutely incredible. We're going to put that on the dreams list for the portfolio. So, well, no, in all honesty, instead of having that one, I could probably buy come on, baby. I could probably buy, for the price of this one right here, I could probably buy in Lazouche and Chamonix. I could probably buy 7 Summit Chalet, and then at least probably 4 other houses, maybe 5 other houses to Airbnb and put in the portfolio. So you kind of have to do the math on it. Now, right next to the view line, there are some more condos there as well. Man, see, she is all over the place with sniffs. This is the only problem about prayer walks, is that she gets so bonkers with smells. That's why I love prayer walks on my property, where she can just go off leash and I don't have to wander, worry about her. Because sometimes I'm like praying and I'm like, all of a sudden she just tugs me. I almost fall over. But what I'm getting at with all this is you have to be a kind person. You can't be a jerk. These are people, right? And I've been in customer service pretty much my whole life, right? I was a busboy. That was my first job. And then I worked at a place where you go in for pre-employment drug testing for Costco people, and Toyota dealership people would come in and see me, and I would get their urine sample and hair sample for drug tests. Look at that house. Beautiful. Then I went to Europe for a summer. Then I came back, did a little pest control with my friend for a family friend's company. And then I went into valet. Then I went into my own chauffeuring business. And then after my chauffeuring business, I went into full-time YouTube. So that's pretty much, and then when I was a kid, I used to work for a real estate agent doing, I'm talking sweat equity labor for $5 an hour. He was such a nice dude, and we thought that was a lot of money back in the day. But the easy jobs was to pass out flyers for $5 an hour. And then, but it was always, no matter what we did, it was $5 an hour, right? So we would pass out flyers on our rollerblades for him because he was a real estate agent to try to get leads. And then other jobs, still $5 an hour. We're talking about I'm talking about child labor laws, man. I'm talking about scraping up, using a heat gun, scraping up tile. I'm talking about just dirty renovations. She's going crazy. Come on, baby. Let's go down. She's smelling her smells are smelling deer scents, bear scents, who knows what scents. But I'm talking about sweat equity. I'm talking about, come on. Nope, Bria. I'm talking about tile work. I'm talking about, just these dirty renovations, because he was, I think he was a flipper as well. So he would invest in these properties, and people weren't paying their rent. So we had to evict some of them. And anyway, painting and, some of these jobs were easier than others. Let's just say that. But my brother was 16. I was 14. I think we started working for him 12, 13. He was a guy at our church. Really nice guy. His family, oh goodness, they loved us. We loved them. He had 3 girls, and we would go swimming together, and we'd go to their jacuzzi, and they were older so they could drive. And, of course, as young guys, we had little crushes on them, and stuff like that. Look at that shot. Glorious. Well, what I'm getting at is just do it. Just rip it. Grip and rip. Sometimes you got to get the shot. I missed the shot. Cloud came. So sometimes if the shot is there with the sunlight in the background like that, you got to take it and you got to grip it and rip it. Get out of there. Come on. Incredible yard on that one. That house over there. Incredible. Actually, those might be condos, but there's actual physical grass back there. Absolutely stunning. Bunch of ski equipment just lying around. Must be the lift operators, old stuff. All right, we're gonna, that's all closed down. Looks like some turf over there. We're gonna head on down. Literally, it's absolutely stunning. Now, I know it's fall, so people want to get bundled up and they don't know, what the temperature is. But I'm in shorts and a t-shirt still, October 1st, Snowmass, Colorado. And you don't need, it was kind of funny because in Avon, you saw some, moms and, some of the gals, they wanted to get dressed up in their country vibe, the big old kind of Santa Fe, pullover coats and stuff like that, and grab their pumpkin spice latte and all that. Hey, I get you. When 75 hard is over, your boy's going to get after pumpkin spice will still be available. There's the green and blue ones right here. She's a strong dog, man. She almost knocks me over sometimes when she's on a sniffy hunt. But look at this place right here, Mountain Chalet. You can literally punch into the trail system right in your backyard. That's pretty cool. So coming down here, I want to walk by the Haven properties again. These things are absolutely just killer, man. So again, this first one or second one right on the ski lift would be my first pick. I probably want to go with my first pick would probably be the second one in the middle. The reason why, these have big windows and it's absolutely stunning, but you are looking at the ski lift right there. And let's see, 3 units, 3 big air conditioning, maybe one's a filtration system, air conditioning, but see this one right here, outdoor furniture, all the windows. This is the first one that I would point it out. Hot tub up in the top corner, steps right there, your lower deck with decking right here. And then you got your big, beautiful windows up here. Again, with the aspen trees just now changing here. fire pit, private use, and then your smaller unit. I think this is the smaller unit one right here that I was also talking about. Outside heaters, jacuzzi, so obviously they all come with jacuzzis. Just dialed in landscaping. Dialed in landscaping. Again, I'm going with this smaller unit right here, which is probably still going to be, my guess, 5 to 6. And that one right there is probably going to be 7. Don't quote me on that one. See, here's another smaller unit here. I'm not really a big fan of these colors too much, but downstairs jacuzzi. Obviously, they all have jacuzzis for ski in, ski out. And then this unit right over here, this next one, this is called, again, Haven. Was it For Haven or Haven? I'm going to figure that out. And then this one has their jacuzzi right there as well. Outdoor heaters, barbecues, jacuzzi, all that fun stuff with the grassy knoll right out here. I don't know if I'd want that one because, you know, you got more apartments, more people looking in, you know, et cetera, et cetera. This one, the second one has a little bit more privacy. And the first one, yeah, you're kind of exposed to the ski area, but typically all ski areas are exposed to ski areas because all windows point towards, you know, pretty much the main hubit. Let's head over this way. This guy is getting on in here. Come on, baby. Let's cruise on down yonder here. Back on home, country road. So what is nice about that is that you can't have access to that, as I almost rolled my ankle. Thank you, Jesus. You can't have access to this unless you're cars, that is, unless you're, you know, workers. Maybe this way. Man, slipping all over the place. Look like a rookie. More puppies. Good place to bring your dogs. And let's see here. Oh, by the way, if you are, of course, staying at the Limelight Hotel, sound machine is an absolute must. I haven't heard a lick of construction with my sound machine while I'm sleeping. But then once I turned my sound machine off, I was like, oh, yep, there's the grinding noise of construction. So just a little heads up for you. And that's that hotel, what they're building is not going to be built for quite a while. That thing won't be completed for at least 1 more year. So just a little ballpark on that one. They haven't even put up the facade. They're still working on the interior and the elevator shaft. So you got at least, I wonder if you could, oh yeah, I'm below. Gondola. Yeah, okay. Instead of walking through the village, I can walk that way, but we've never walked this way before. Let's see, am I just going around the gondola side? Yeah, we haven't done it, so we might as well have done it. Might as well do it if I haven't done it. But here we go to, okay, there's the big balconies right there. I think that's part of, is that Limelight? No, this might be a different building. I think this might be Limelight right here on the corner. Yeah, this is Limelight, I think. This might be the private residences of Limelight. Okay, there is a bike washing station there, yeah, but she said the water might be off right here. So there are hoses during summertime. That's where you would undo, and they have brushes to clean and all your hoses for water there. And then let's go ahead and cruise down here. Those might be the private residences. Those balconies are massive. That's like double the size of mine. I don't think, yeah, it says Limelight right here. So let's cruise this way here, pumping some good tunes. This might be private entrance. Don't quote me on that one, but little area here, and then of course the back of the hotel with the construction site, which we won't go that way. But again, you want to get a room. Obviously, this is the first level right here. Second, third, fourth, and there is a fifth, which I think is for private residences because they don't advertise anything for the fifth level. If you are on 1, 2, like you're right there into the construction area. So I would not recommend grabbing, oh, another little grass area right here. But so summertime, bike washing station right there, jamming some good tunes. I love what I'm hearing. And then right back over here for the good old Limey Light. Bike racks, gravel, and then of course public parking have access to the same, not the same structure, but look at the landscaping, absolutely amazing. As there, again, just a few people staying here. Start recognizing some faces. Nice big chess set once again, we've already seen that. Here's a little fire pit going right here. Very nice. And then, of course, they have all this heating here and all the seating outside here. Nobody's out here right now. This one lights up right here as well. And then this one, I mean, at nighttime when these things are going, I think there's LED lights underneath there as well. And then this one right here lights up just beautifully. I do need to get a shot. Let me go around the backside. Brie, this way, this way. Let me go around the backside and get a thumbnail shot before I do forget. But this right there, 2 big major fire pits. I think I just saw the turn on things. Let me go over here and get it myself on this side over here, pointing towards the hotel. Oh, they do have Wi-Fi stations, like Wi-Fi antennas right there, shooting off Wi-Fi. So again, you can be in here. Come on, baby. And just plug away, grab some coffee, plug away on the laptop a little bit. More little fire pits area here. Come here, baby. So let's come down over here, get a shot of going that way there and get that thumbnail shot. Hold on one second. And even during the daytime, the lighting back here is just stunning. It's so like high tech where you can have just these lights on above you, just the backlit lights on as well, the ambient light. They even have lights, I just noticed, in the curtain area up there. So beautiful. So one thing to show you right here is, I didn't show you, I didn't even see it. They have so much storage. They have more drawers right here underneath the foot of the bed, and there's two massive drawers right here. And those are actually soft close. The carpet does interfere a little bit with the soft close, but again, more storage down here. Ski gear. Obviously, you need a lot of storage for ski gear. Berea, huh? Now, the only problem, though, is if it is raining and it does get muddy, she's kind of goofed up this top sheet a little bit. Now, what they do is, all they do is they wrap a comforter in a couple sheets for easy cleanup for dogs. They understand that. I might try to get my hands on a couple fresh linens, but I am used to that. The bed is very comfortable. The pillows are a little soft. If you're used to a little bit more like thicker, firmer pillow, you might want to bring your own pillow. I believe all the pillows are the same. They're like goose down. They're very comfortable, but they're very like compressing, if that makes sense. So a little heads up on that one, but the bed is very comfortable. I've been getting some very nice sleep. I do wish I am going to get a hold of the front desk and see if I can knock that further down below 66. I woke up a little bit where I wanted it a little bit more chillier. It does, obviously, if you have another person in bed with you, your spouse or your pup, they do warm you up a little bit. Haven't quite made the bed quite yet. She's kind of lounging on it. But also, if the hotel would provide maybe like an extra throw sheet over the top so that the animals wouldn't dirty up like your actual comforter cover would be nice as well. Over here, there are two blankets up there, but I don't know if I want to have those get dirty because you can't bleach those. These comforter covers, they're just going to clean and bleach, and I'm pretty sure that's just an extra pillow. I checked on that already right there. I am going to get in the bathrobe tonight for sure. I am going to utilize that jacuzzi. I will be getting in that bathrobe. In the meantime, I'm going to sip on this beautiful, delicious coffee and have myself a little time of prayer. So yesterday morning, this was my little nook right here in my morning devotions. And once again, ignore the building and just look past to the beauty. It was absolutely incredible. And being inside, nice and just beautiful. Staring up at that mountain. So I'm going to see how loud it is today outside, sitting out there. Maybe have one cup of coffee out there, but it is nice to kind of, be inside. But I do want to take advantage of the balcony though, for sure. But as the sun's coming through, just gorgeous. Yeah, a little heads up for you here. I just walked outside and the noise is pretty loud, especially if you want to get a nice devotion time in. Now, real quickly here, as I came back in, you can kind of see a little bit, you have to really be staring. Anyway, I know no one's staying there right now, so that's why I was kind of looking. But it looks like I'm missing a chair and a small stool. This one has the same balcony, and there should be a chair and a stool here, which isn't here on the balcony. It's only, again, the kind of love seat and table right here. But the one next to me has a smaller chair and another table as well. So, good news is I have this huge window right here. So I'm not hating on that one. I can still get the same view, less noise, and I was already outside for fresh air. The only thing I would like to see in the property is maybe if that turf out there was grass and then you could ground, that would be really, really nice. That was something I did, of course, in the morning at Nottingham Park. But regardless, I get this view out the big windows, nothing is cut off. I'm sitting right here, can put my breakfast over there, my coffee right there, my Bible, journal, looking at the view this way and looking at the view this way. And no one's working on this top level, they're all below. So no one can see me, I can't see them. And then you enjoy the balcony when these guys go home at, I think they actually started stopping working at like 4:45, 5 o'clock. So it's a pretty good cutoff time. I don't know when they start, but by the time I've gotten up the last couple mornings, about 8:30, they are definitely in go mode. Regardless, we still need to look up the prices of this condominium, these new ones right here, as well as Forehaven or Haven, whatever you pronounce it. Beautiful. Alrighty, plugged away at some good emails. We are uploading a extra wallet short video right now. Posted a Cybertruck bed mat video. Had some coffee. Great devotion time. It is now currently 3:18 p.m. We are going to take Missy for a little bit of a walk here, go for a little piddle break. We're going to come back. We are going to edit one more quick short. We're going to upload that, schedule that, and then we're going to go on our afternoon mountain bike ride. Try to be back a little bit earlier than yesterday and probably go to the koozie first, then eat. We're going to figure that out. Regardless, we will be going to the jacuzzi tonight in my robe. Oh, and by the way, Forehaven or Forehaven, whatever they're called. So I was way off. I'm talking way off. I'll show you a couple of the listings. So the biggest one, which someone actually lives in that I saw watching football the other night. And actually, no, that's not the biggest one. That one was going for like 12.5 million. And then there's one over here, I think for 16.5 million. That's absolutely absurd. Even if I had it, I definitely would not buy a house right there for 14 or 16 million dollars. That's absolutely absurd. I would go ahead and invest in a lot of other different real estate across the world and across the country instead of a vacation home, which, you know, it's like, what, you're going to rent it out for $30,000 a month, $40,000 a month, during wintertime, $50,000 a month. And then by the way, the HOA for that place up there, again, I think there's only like 10 or 13 units. I think there's only 10. Anyway, the HOA is like $4,350. $4,350 is what Zillow said the HOA fee was. And I was like, you gotta be kidding me. Oh, that sun feels glorious now. It's actually kind of a little bit chilly when I walked up here for a second. That's just stupid. That's stupid. Even if you have stupid money, that's just kind of stupid, to be honest with you. Like, I don't know what you guys say unless you really love the location, but I much rather just get the tips of the tops Airbnb, you know, 1 week, $20,000, and save a boat ton of money and invest that money somewhere else. Other real estate, again, different houses. I mean, these people have so much money, they're not Airbnb-ing that out. You know, they don't care about making $5,000 a month in Airbnb. It's like people that can afford that are generational wealth. You know, they invested in Microsoft back in the 80s. I doubt they're crypto people. I mean, most younger people in their 20s and 30s that are doing really, really well for themselves, it's either crypto, they've hit something with drop shipping, you know, something like that. But if they're like 50 and 60-year-old folks, it's just old money, old investments. They might have been a CEO making $500,000 a year, worked for 20 years, stock options, maybe a startup, you know, I mean, there's just so many different people, you know, doing that kind of thing. But typically, like I said, if you see somebody young and they're driving a Lambo, they're either up to their ears in debt, or if they are not in debt, then it's typically crypto, coaching, consulting, something along those lines. Interesting how there's ski boots right here. That might be for decoration purposes. Interesting. Must be a very secure location. Bunch of ski boots. Those might be lost and found over here. Let's go take a look at those. Oh no, they're growing. That's cool. They're growing little flowers and stuff out of there. Alrighty, let's go ahead and go on this direction here. A lot of workers are working. Let's make sure we're not going to step in anything toxic. They are power washing the place over here. Pair of Adidas shoes right there. That's his, I believe. But yeah, because he put on his boots. I don't want to be around that. Could be some chemicals he's using. And the grass cutters for the grass just left over here. And God willing, they're not spraying this grass with any chemicals either, because then Bria is going to get it on her feet and then she's going to get it on the bed. So that's why I hate chemicals. So God willing, they're not spraying any chemicals on this grass. Alrighty, so she's peed, she's done her thing. So she is going to be good to go for a while. while. I'm gonna go back, edit, get a little bit more water in the system, and then we're gonna go for our afternoon little scoot about. I think I'm gonna literally do the same trail that I did last night. I mean, you kind of have to be honest with you. Come on, baby. Good girl. And then we'll proceed and get after it a wee bit there. For some reason, she doesn't like to step on these metal ones. It's only the stairs, and then she heads on down right here. So let's get on after it. Alrighty, next ride. We're looking good. So, unfortunately, slow leak, I believe, in my front tire. Might have to get that fixed. It's holding right now. So we're gonna climb, worst case scenario, double check it, turn around if have to. Might go easier on the jumps today if that is a slow leak. Don't wanna burst anything on landing, if you know what I'm saying. So we'll take that a little bit easier. So, anywho, we're gonna trek up same exact trail we did yesterday and figure it out when we get to the top. Maybe try a different route, but I think we're gonna do the same one we did yesterday evening. Big push up, big push down, and should be absolutely incredible. So, well, I don't think so, but I will talk to the front desk. So I thought it was kind of funny, but definitely a hater left a note on my windshield and used an explicit word regarding a body part and a vehicle. Just a hater. So I rebuke you, Satan, in the name of Jesus, trying to take away joy. And so I will let the front desk know about that, because I mean, that does kind of suck. And then just in case I don't think so, I think it's definitely a slow leak from yesterday. But I mean, yeah, if they slashed it with a knife, I'm pretty sure it would be dead by now. I think it's just a very slow leak. So worst case scenario, there are some workers up top. I might ask them for a compressor if it gets pretty low. Worst case scenario, we got to walk down, but we'll figure that out when it comes. In Jesus' name, we won't have to do that. Keep me safe, bless me and protect me. But regardless, hey, even after a hater note on a vehicle, they don't know me. You know what? God bless you, but I rebuke you, Satan, in the name of Jesus. Let's go. And I think I keep calling the trail Troy something trail, but it's Tom Blake Trail. It is the super fun line down that whips through the Aspens. So just a little heads up on that one. Also, you do have to understand, as a believer of Jesus Christ, yeah, they're probably just goofing around, and you can let an explicit note tarnish you, but you have to remember there's always going to be haters. Don't let it fuel you. Just like in videos past, I've talked about that, where you let it go, put it in God's hands. Like that one time that guy was having road rage with me, and don't let it fester. Give it up, give it to the Lord. Well, you Christian dudes that want to meet a God-honoring shred Betty, come to a mountain town and go to a local church, find out if there's a mountain biking club, because these mountain towns, I've seen a lot of shred Bettys. But first and foremost, it doesn't matter about their beauty, brothers. It matters about their heart for the Lord. If their heart is not for the Lord, don't even think about it. All right, we're gonna try to crest this hill before a little breather. We've climbed about 450 feet without a break. Again, it's just right here on these uphill sidewinders, but then you get a little bit of a breather right through the cross sections. And totally forgot, I have a small hand pump. Definitely should have brought. God willing, super slow leak. So God willing, I will be able to rip downhill. If not, if there's some other bikers, and I do remember at the top there are some tools and a bike pump up there. So we'll give it a pump back up before we start heading down. It's amazing what the body can do. It's all mental, man. Yes, the body has limits, but when you're a determined person, sky's the limit. Also electrolytes. I'm hearing too many stories of overhydration. Just watched a video by this one guy, goes to the doctor. He's like, Doc, I drink 11 bottles of water a day. She's like, you're dehydrated severely. He's like, what do you mean? She's like, you're pissing out all your sodium and your potassium. That's why mineral sea salt is absolutely a game changer for your water bottle. I am on 5 grams of creatine per day as well. Some people say they feel like superhuman. To tell you the truth, I haven't really noticed anything. I mean, maybe recovery, but yeah, I am stretching every night, but my normal stretches and recovery is a little bit easier. Okay, we're not gonna make that mistake this time. We're gonna go sidewinder this time. So I got another 100-foot elevation before I'll swig some water, proceed up more. Never mind, I forgot. Now I'm gonna take this trail up. It actually gets kind of easy through here. I shouldn't say easy, but I don't know if this is just the downhill portion again or not, but it's where yeah, I think this is. Well, I'll be careful. I don't think I'm gonna do it without being able to stop, but we'll see how far we can get. I hit that fire road again. I'm not sure if we had clouds or not. A little bit more sunnier. It's about, has to be like 5:15 by now, pretty sure. Sun's still up there, absolutely stunning as we head into the tree line once again. Nothing I can really do about a tire at the moment. So Jesus, fill it with your air, protect it with your angels. On a side note, I do need to do some laundry, but I'm too cheap to pay for it. So I'm going to wash it in the sink, wring it out, and drape it over something to dry overnight because I ran out of boxers. I think I got one pair of socks left. Absolutely glorious, that sunshine. You know what, I think this is a different trail. This is one that splits off, but this is not Tom Blake. Tom Blake, you do the bridge with the steep drop in. This is a gnarly little punch up. Again, just getting the, stay seated, put your weight on your butt, and pedal fast, get around the bend, rest right now. I was watching a video by this guy last night, young guy, spends time every year in Bali, and I'll be honest with you dudes and gals, so the Lord's blessed me. There was absolute thin seasons and the Lord has blessed. It's all the Lord. Yes, I've worked, but it's the Lord's blessing. Deuteronomy 8, he's given you the power to be successful. So don't wait for the perfect circumstances. I'm just learning how God teaches me. So I have big dreams, big plans, and sometimes the way I'm praying for it, I want it to line up exactly how it is. Then God says, go. And I'm like, wait a minute, Lord, this hasn't happened yet. That hasn't happened yet. And he's like, I want you to go. And that's faith. And that's a test to see if you're gonna wait. And I waited, I waited too long. So what I was praying for hasn't happened yet still, but I'm walking out by faith. And I remember in the years past, I was like, Lord, would you bless this? Would you bless my work? Would it go up? Would I have viral videos? Would, you know, I make $1,000 days on YouTube? And then I'll go and take this trip. And God says, go. I've already given you the provision. Now you got to be very careful who you talk to about this kind of thing because you want to be an excellent, wise steward. But your parents are not God. Your friends are not God. It's a personal relationship. Sometimes you need to keep things quiet and not even tell family because some friends might understand. Some friends, just out of their love for you, be careful. You never know. Da-da-da-da. Well, God's economy is a lot different than human economy. So just some advice, even though you didn't even ask for it, but what you might ask for is this beauty right here in these trees. Got to enjoy every bit of this. Well, it's here. Absolutely incredible. Still haven't took a break yet. Took a swig of water. 783 feet of elevation so far without a break. It does get easier when you're on the bike more. My first ride in Crested Butte a week ago, I was sucking wind just because I got more surf time in than mountain biking. I wasn't used to the longer pushes. In Crested Butte, a little bit higher, not much because we're at 9,266 right now. Crested Butte was like 1,000 more. So I should be almost to where the government trail starts by that fence post. So that power road, I'm not trying to be a hero because I do want to maybe get a slight weight workout in tonight, jacuzzi. So I'm not going to be a hero and try to punch all the way to the top because that fire road gets pretty gnarly. Not to mention, even if you take a single track, that gets pretty gnarly too. It's all gnarly. But let's see, what'd I say? 817 elevation, over halfway. Well, elevation, halfway. It's about 1,500 to the top, but I'm over halfway for sure. On the way up, 31 minutes. Doesn't say my heart rate. Sometimes that's good though. Sometimes if it's up there, but you don't feel tired, kind of worries you a little bit. And my heart rate probably feels 160 right now, 156. On steep pushes, you're easily doing a $180. One time I was mountain biking and I thought the ascending altitude was my heart rate. And I was like, oh crap. I saw it hit like 225 and I was like, Lord, please. But it was ascending altitude. Also, if you know you're in for a big climb, lock everything out, lock your back shock out, lock your front out, meaning there's no travel, so it's better for climbing. All right, we made it to this portion right here. I'm gonna check my tire. It does look slightly, about maybe 5 PS low. 890 feet of elevation before I stop. Well, good news and bad news. Still have some air in my tire. Bad news is it's like only like 8 PSI right now. So we definitely need to hoof it to the top to get to that bike station. Regardless, I'll walk right up as much as I can. That might have, I'm hindering my ride up even more with a lower tire. And obviously, I'm not gonna be hitting any big jumps. Doubt these guys have if I can't get it fixed because there's no bike shops open, I'll bring my small pump for any rides that I do. We'll see if these dudes have a bump. I didn't ask. They were on their way home. We'd be all right. It's gonna get a little punchy here in a second. I kind of wanted to hit that feature too. Sometimes you have to say to yourself, Chris, there's a reason for things. Now I did on one of my walks with Bria, I did see some workers in a shop. So best case scenario, maybe it's just a pinched tire. Don't know if it's gonna seal. Might have loosened up the seal if it's tubeless. I don't know. If it's just a tube, I thought Polygon bikes came with. Yeah, I'm pretty low. Good news, we're almost there. There's a lift right there. So if I have to, I'll hoof it. I thought Polygon bikes were tubeless. You don't want to be riding down because that's going to bend your rim. Riding up, not so much. Don't feel like hiking up that to the left, but that's the quickest way. Get one of these workers, drive me the rest of the way. Well, at least they were done with their work shift. Those workers that passed me, hitting a little bit of Colorado stuff. Okay, that's where we start, right up there. We're almost there. We're probably cruising on 4 PSI right now. All right, we're pretty much flat. Might have to walk up the rest of the way. 47 minutes in, 1,200 foot elevation gain, about 200 more to go, 300 more to go. You know what though? I think it was because I took the other sidewinders, but I hear a dude coming up. Maybe he's coming up a little further than that last station. Might be able to tow me up. Almost there. And that's where we need to drop in from. Side note, I need to get a seat like my brother's, a little bit more friendly. Can't believe we made it with this, only this much air. So the pump, I think, is around the backside, and we'll overfill it. There it is, around the bin. Glad my memory served me correctly. We'll overfill it by like 3-4 PSI max, just to get a little bit more cushion on the way down. And again, we're not gonna be a hero. We're not trying to injure myself on a slow leak, because that could bulge after some of those jumps. So we're gonna be careful about that. All right, let's get over there. Go hit that up. Alrighty, 54 minutes, 1364 elevation, 3.27 miles, 9,833 feet. A little under halfway up with a flat tire. Thank you, Air Station. Oh, my daddy hurts after this many days of cycling. There are tools here as well. Alrighty, should have about 20 minutes of air. That should be enough to get down. So remember, after the lodge, stay right, and we'll do a check in just a little bit. Make sure we are good. Again, I'm gonna take it a little bit more easier, which sucks, but some of the jumps I'll hit, some of them no. Let's see, I forgot what this one is. Yeah, just a roll into it, but some of these, definitely not. This one's a fun one if you were to gap that. And then some of these we're just gonna roll over. Not trying to be a hero. I do need to go to the bathroom though. Little wooden feature. Let me just check real quick. I think we've already lost about 3 PSI. So down we go. Regardless, it's still going to be fun. Real fun. I can still do some of the jumps, like these little ones. Of course, the berms. Everyone loves a good berm. Still watch out for the slipperiness. And of course the trees, as they're right there. Make sure you're pointed up. There is a little bit of cat litter. If I was to full send this, I'd really want like all my gear that the shop hooked me up with. That's a fun little jump right there. I didn't take it as well as I should have. Yesterday I did. We're not trying to blow a tire. Whoop. See, that would have been a really, really fun one. I think we hit that pretty good last night. All right. Air's feeling decent still. Again, I think it's about 20 minutes of air, which is good. For not full send, but I'd say 3/4 send. Let me tuck myself into these trees and we'll do a little bathroom break. But all these berms are fun. Remind me of Bentonville. Oh yeah, this is a fun one. The boys would love this. Step up. That's a really fun one. Again, it reminds me of like just some fun ones in Bentonville. I wonder if the trail builders, because the Durango trail builders were the same ones as Bentonville. Look at that, unreal right there. All right, quick pee. Forgot to start my Garmin after I pumped up my tire. Tire's feeling pretty good. Lost maybe like 4 PSI. And don't make that mistake. I never put it in full send. Oh my goodness. I did my front, but I forgot my back shock. I was riding down on these jumps, locked out. Okay, that feels a lot better. Come on, Chris. You can't be hitting that. And what I'm doing right now is I'm landing more on my back. Okay, there's a feature, but I'm definitely not gonna be doing that with a low tire. So what I'm doing to save my front a little bit is I'm landing on my back just slightly more than coming down easy. Oh, big buck, big buck. Look at him. Look at him, just went behind the tree. Gorgeous. Let me get out my other camera, see if I can catch him. Oh, he's a big, beautiful buck. Come here, Bucky, 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 Bucky. Come here, Bucky, 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 Bucky. Ah, now he's going too far off. Can't get him on the other camera. Drat. Sometimes you gotta just call in nature. Skip, 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 skip. So this is where the dentist crew was last night. Oh, it's golden hour, man. It's golden hour. This is unreal. Let me tilt you up a little bit more. Hey, Bucky, Bucky, Bucky. So this is where the dentist crew was last night, where I met up with them. And then, dude, this is a long trail, man. This thing just ripped. Again, with these, I'm just kind of rolling a little bit. Still getting a little bit of air, but oh, look at this jump. I'm lightly pressing, like almost like wheeling a little bit. But oh, these are too good not to hit. Holy moly, that's a moose. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Moosey, 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 moosey. Oh, please, Lord Jesus, keep me safe. Hold on, hold on. You're okay, baby. You're okay. You're okay. Oh, you're okay. Oh, he scared me and I scared him. Holy moly, I launched off this jump and he was big moose. I hit this jump, right, where is it? Hit that jump right there, came down, and I was like, all I saw was black, and I was like, praise the Lord, it's a moose. But he got scared, and then I was like, oh, I want to film him, and then I'm like, oh, wait, what if he charges me? Oh my goodness gracious. Oh my goodness gracious, thank you, Lord. Ah, that was awesome. That was awesome, okay. Oh man, I ripped down that jump too. All right, we got him on camera. We will let him be, but oh my goodness, how special is this? Okay, we're safe, thank you, Lord. Praise your name, that's not a bear. He could still do some damage, so let's keep our distance. He's way over there now, but I scared him more than he scared me. Because I saw that buck just up there, I'm gonna grab a little shot of this real quick. All right, let's proceed. That's what I think I heard the other night too. Okay, we still got air in the tires. I'm gonna grab a beautiful leaf here on the ground as a memorial to that beautiful moosey. Moosey, get back on the road. Let's get back on the road here. Here, moosey, moosey, moosey. Here, moosey, moosey, moosey. Yeah, these are fun right here. Brrr. Gotta be careful of those big old fatty mooses. That's why I do not recommend dogs off leash unless they are very well trained and listen to you. Maria would have ran after that thing. So this is a fun little bridge. This goes up and then just drops down. And then you got a little muddy there, little birdie. These are fun little jumps right here. This is where the dentist crew was. You're like, Chris, what's a dentist crew? Dentist crew is the old crew, man. The little gap right there. Whoa, boy. Almost went off trail. I was trying to show off a little bit for the dentist crew too. So I was hitting it pretty good. Look at that. Look at that. That's a fun one right there. Little side launcher. And then this is fun, little gapper. And then some of these you gotta watch a little bit. You gotta watch a little bit. It's a fun freaking trail though, folks. This is a fun trail. Little step up. Little gapper rapper. A little ruddy. late season, a little ruddy. Ooh, gotta watch that sun in your eyeballs. I think the sun was a little bit further down last night. So some of these jumps heading into the sun, be careful. Ooh. Yeah, these jumps are rattling the chains. Rattling the chains. But some of these gaps, yeah, we're not going to be a hero. We're not going to be a hero today. We haven't done a PSI check in a little while. Might as well. Not bad. We're holding. Big berm, wood feature. This is a fun jump. As well as that one. A couple little small guys. Keep you frothy. Keep you on your toes. Man. Yeah, a little ruddy down here, but not bad. And then a big gap if you want to. Smaller gap. And then up and over the bridge and home in a few minutes. The bridge is, you can launch, I wouldn't say launch it, but you could, and then that's a fun gap right there. And then that's this is a really fun wood feature that's not very difficult. Nice. Big bermy. Lean back on those berms. These jumps, I'll just kind of slow roll these ones. They're actually really fun hits, but you need a lot of speed for those ones. Get your side berm in. Definitely worth the elevation gain to rip up that trailhead. That is a fun trail. Tom Blake Trail. And then I won't do that, but there's the whale tail, which would be super fun. Whale tail doesn't look too bad. I don't know if I'd be able to clear that. Or you just launch real good, but I mean, that's like a full send. You need a lot of speed coming in off that berm for that one. And then we'll head on back home. Let's see. Nope. That one or that one? No, it's this one. That's right. We still got a little single track left in this. Not much, but and on home we go. And once again, Ghost Town Central. Well, if I can't get my tire fixed because there's no shops open, maybe I'll ask one of these workers, see if they have, or maybe ask like a local walking their dog tomorrow morning. Kimchi doesn't look like it's open tonight. Maybe. Thought I saw somebody in there. Alrighty. People out by the fire pit. Let's see here. Oh, we need to go. That's right. We need to go down below, put away the bike. There's the little store, the grocery store, City Market. I don't know if they're open though. I don't think so. Check out these dumpsters, man. Someone threw away a fax machine. Bunch of chairs, but worst case scenario, I'll just roll with a small pump in my pocket or something like that. We'll figure it out. Maybe in the drone bag. We'll keep it cool, keep it loose. Tires holding air, so yeah, it's about 25 minutes or so of air, I think. Yeah, that ride was a lot quicker because less stops, less filming opportunities. Kind of knew where I was going. Well, I did start it a little bit late too, so yeah, I should be on like maybe almost hour, 20 minutes or so. And we'll cruise on in. Christ alone, cornerstone. Da-na-na. Good news is air is holding really nicely in the tire right now. So yeah, I'd say a solid 25 minutes of air. So we'll carry the hand pump with me if again I can't get it fixed. Alrighty, after dinner walk for her. They got some beats going at Kimchi though. They got some beats going. Pretty sure it's open. Looking good, feeling good. Yeah, a couple people in there at one table. A couple more people walking around this evening because it is so beautiful. A couple more people down by the fountain area, but it's still a ghost town for what it should be. Yeah, more people eating at Kimchi tonight. I mean, you only have two options. Urum, or kimchi. But kimchi's pumping some good tunes, man. If I was with some people, some sushi does sound really good right now. But like dirty sushi sounds good. But can't be doing that on 75 hard, my friend. Can't be doing that on 75 hard. So 4 mountain sports. I'm gonna see if they're open tomorrow. And hotel staff, man, hey, you know what? You guys rock. Again, if anybody sees this from Limelight, you hire rock stars. Miguel, the night manager, or the manager working currently right now, is on the case, and I really appreciate you. Again, it probably is just a slow leak, but he's concerned about it. I'm concerned about it because, you know, I mean, if someone did anything with my tire, that would suck. Regardless, I can laugh off the note, but he's gonna look into it. So I'm also, I mean, people should know by now that Teslas have Sentry mode, but I have to look into it to see if I even have that, like if it was going or not. When I rented the Model Y in California, I'm pretty sure it was already in the hard drive. So I'm gonna go into the system and see if I can see anything. And, you know, I mean, that would definitely suck. So anywho, very helpful staff. And I just let them know, you know, just let them know the situation. And they handled it like champs. So appreciate them. I remember back in my valet days, we had, you know, a couple issues at the Hyatt Hotel that would pop up every once in a while, and you know what? That team was a rock star, and so is the team at Limelight, so definitely appreciative to them. It's beautiful. The only problem with Bria, after she eats, I gotta take her for like, you know, 10, 12 minutes, not too terribly long, but I mean, it's just nice to get out here. You have to be outside for sure. But typically I just let her out the back door, I shower, and then just chill, because I don't want to like have dinner on the bed watching a vlog, you know, and with, you know, muddy legs. I think I'm a little less dirty than I was last night. So was the bike, so we're looking good. Let's see, after, does she poop normally? Let's walk her for a little bit more. If not, we have one more night walk after her late night squibble. Typically, I don't really know her routine because she typically just kind of walks herself around the property and follows me during my prayer walk. Because she's a two-a-dayer pooper. Nobody at Urum, but I was also out a little bit later last night. It was already dark by the time I think I was before dinner. So I do have good energy. I mean, goodness, that was a good pump up and down, but I still have energy. So I think I'm gonna go get a blitz little half an hour workout in the books. I think tonight. I need to do the hot tub too, though. I'm lagging on the hot tub. I don't think I'm going to be doing editing tomorrow because tomorrow's the last full day before checkout. So I kind of maybe want to, if I don't get to the jacuzzi tonight, I'm getting to the jacuzzi. I will wear my robe, and regardless, yeah, you know what? I'm going to wear my robe and eat dinner tonight on the bed watching a vlog. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to wear that robe. And if I get in the jacuzzi, I get in the jacuzzi. The only problem about getting in the jacuzzi is I'm going to have to take another shower. So we'll figure it out. Sky's the limit. Oh, by the way, yeah, for Haven, I think, did I tell you? One of those was $16.5 million. That's bonkers. Absolutely bonkers. Absolutely bonkers. So let's see here. Let's just wait a little bit longer. I don't feel like trekking up too much more. Maybe give her a few more minutes. I took her out before I mountain bike, so we were out for like, goodness, hour 15 this morning. Took her out for another walk before I mountain bike, and then this walk, and then one more before bed. That's a lot of walks. That's a lot of treks. That's a lot of treks up and down this place. I'm definitely getting some steps in, that's for sure. Definitely getting those steps in. Come on, baby, this way. Let's see, give you a few more minutes as the sun sets. As the lights come on, as the lights come on. So a little update for you here on my tire. I unfortunately did not have Sentry mode activated. You have to, when you first get it, you have to like agree to something or other with like dash cam and Sentry mode. So have no idea. I'm pretty sure it was a slow leak, but you know, just was curious if someone fiddle-faddled with my my tire last night or yesterday afternoon or sometime today. Who knows? Anywho, found out that Polygon bikes in the T series, which I have, is a tubeless tire. So, best case scenario, a shop will be open, maybe a dude that's just kind of working there and, you know, putting away bikes and, you know, moving stuff around that I saw earlier today on my walk. Best case scenario, maybe it just needs a new zip a sealant on the inside of the tire, and then, you know, with a beefy compressor, blow it up and have it stick, and it should be good to go. Worst case scenario, I might have to get a newer tire, which is not the most pleasant thing. If it's going to be a tire, the tires here that these dudes have, they're gonna wax me. Oh gosh, probably, you know, $80 to $100 for a tire, and I know that sounds crazy, but that's kind of the going price for a good mountain bike tire. And my front one has more tread left on it. I do need a newer back one, but the front tire still has at least, I'd say, probably another season left in it, so I'd rather not get a new tire. The only other option besides that is no, because I think they're set up for tubeless. I don't think you can put a tube in a tubeless tire. Don't quote me on that one. The shop will obviously know about that one. Worst case scenario is I'm going to have to just carry around that hand pump with me for the remainder of my trip until I get to a bike shop or figure it out. So we will figure that out tomorrow. In the meantime, definitely thankful to the Lord that I've got some good rips out of it, and it was probably all the bumpies and all the rocks. I have no idea, but we shall see. Anywho, she just pottied. I think she's not gonna go poop. I don't think so right now. Maybe I'll wander up here just a little bit more for her, but it is nice being out here. Nobody out here, and it's not even 10:30 at night. So everyone shuts it down early. I'll tell you what, like, you know, the front desk, it almost seems like it's like 2 a.m. right now. Obviously people are, you know, like watching TV, like I mentioned last night in last night's vlog, but it's just kind of interesting, you know, it's like no dog walkers are out, you know, nobody really chatting. Actually, I think it's more like 10:30 right now, or maybe 10:35. We're going to go back, we're going to stretch, we're going to read my 10 pages for 75 hard, and we're going to call it a night. We're going to wake up, and the plan tomorrow is we're going to do rim trail. So I'll do maybe a shorter walk with her, not like a full hour 15, and so she can stretch her legs a little bit. All right, let's go back. So she can stretch her legs a little bit, and then rim trail is about 7.3 miles, and you get some really good rip down. And then I think it's I'm not really sure. It says it's like more intermediate to advanced riding, and this is, again, so Tom Blake Trail and Rim Trail are the trails that my reservation specialist Troy recommended. And so Rim Trail is going to be on the Village Side View Hill. The ones that I keep talking about look like Southern California, little, you know, kind of rolly hills. And so we're going to go rip that, and you start not too far away from the hotel. Come on, baby. And I have MTB Project app, and so it kind of gives you, like, you know, like recommended route to take. But the only problem though is that I end up all the way down by the Avon Recreation Center, which is going to be like a push back up on concrete. So that's the only downside, is you end up way down there. Now, yeah, I mean, the only other option is if you had, you know, you had someone shuttle you up, drop you off at the trailhead, and then you power down. But it's, you know, pavement, and I'll earn some strokes. And tomorrow, yeah, sky's the limit, but a shorter walk, and then devotions, and then I think I'm gonna hit a workout in before the evening mountain bike ride. I kind of like to go in the evening time just because of the sun, and not to mention I will have to give myself plenty of time though, because I do not know this trail. I will probably bring a bike light just in case, but I'd rather not power up on asphalt, you know, during, you know, the dark. So I'll probably start the mountain bike ride, I mean maximum 4:35. We'll get a hike, we'll get a workout in, we'll get a stew. Everything is greasy beasy, baby. Everything is greasy beasy. I do need to figure out, I might ask the guys inside right now how to override the air conditioning, because I'd like to kick that down to like 62 while I sleep. 66 is just a little too warm. It's definitely eco-friendly, but it's a little too warm. It should be a simple fix, a couple hits of buttons. So I'm gonna look it up on YouTube instead of asking, just in case. Alrighty, let's get on back up, and this way, baby. Good girl. But yeah, pretty much I'd say about 95% of the hotel is asleep, and the parking structure, it looks pretty busy tonight, so these folks go to bed early.